This fight week has been horrific for Jon Jones, and I am exceedingly glad about it. There's nothing more respectable, more based and sophisticated than preying on Jon Jones's downfall. And fellas, prayers are being answered. We are witnessing Jon Jones's downfall right before our eyes. Even if, let's say he overwrites the scripts this weekend and knocks out Stipe Miocic or, just beats him, it doesn't matter. It simply doesn't matter. And why doesn't it matter, do you ask? Well, Stipe Miocic is 42 years of age, has not won a fight in 4 years. I'm going to echo what Bedtime said. Bedtime has, went through, 4 years of college, gone through like 2 relationships since then. Fellas, I have defeated alcoholism. I have defeated cocaine addiction. I have had 2 relationships. I met my wife, got married, and have a kid since Stipe Miocic has last won a fight. 42 years of age, limping. And Jon Jones is limping too. They're old men. This fight is not a draw. It's not a draw. He's not fighting elite competition. He's ducking elite competition to try and cherry pick an easy fight. And don't let Jon Jones fool you guys. He's trying to hype up this Stipe fight as if it's something. Well, guess what? It's not, because no one cares about it. This man is trying to gaslight everyone. He literally said, bro, he said that everyone is looking forward to this fight. Who the fuck is everyone? Who the fuck is everyone? Casuals don't even know that this fight is happening, bro. I've asked several casuals if they want to come and watch the fights this weekend. They're asking who's fighting. They don't even know that Jon Jones is fighting, bro. If casuals don't even know that Jon Jones is fighting, then who does? Except for hardcores. Hardcores hate this fight. Casuals don't know about it. This card is going to flop. And it goes to show with the numbers too, bro. These numbers on these interviews are sad. They are so sad. And the comment sections are only filled with people who are rightfully disrespecting Jon Jones for being a fraud, for ducking elite competition, for looking for an easy fight. Don't let Jon Jones fool you guys. He's over here trying to hype up Stipe as if like he's his biggest test. And then in the same breath, he's saying it's smart for me to take on Stipe after coming off of this injury. Guys, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Stay away from the Kool-Aid. It's not good for you. All the high fructose sugar in there, all the Jon Jones sugar in there, all the sweetness from Jon Jones, it's going to poison your soul if you support this clown. And don't forget that there are leaked DMs of him insecurely, of course, as he always does, conversing with a fan, telling him that he's going to beat old man Stipe and then ride off into the sunset, retire. So which is it? Is this your hardest fight? Is this the biggest fight of your career? Or is it old man Stipe, or are you just going to beat him because it's a so-called easy fight and then ride off into retirement? Which is it, Jon Jones? Because no one is fucking buying it. Thankfully, we are all united together and we are disrespecting this fraud. It's about time. There was a time where the narrative was almost unanimously, except for smart people like me, the mainline narrative was that Jon Jones was the GOAT. And, you can dislike Jon Jones all you want, but you cannot say that he's not the GOAT. You can't say that he's pound for pound number 1. I'm glad that you are all on my side now. I've been on the side of truth for, ever since I've been a fan. And you guys are welcome here. I open my arms to you. You guys are welcome here. Real legends, real GOATs aren't feminine, fake, roid blasting, prostitute sand blasting, lying, ducking frauds. Clowns like that are not in GOAT conversation. And I'm glad that we are all coming together, finally, to shame this asshole for being a duck, for being feminine, for being fake. This guy is so fucking feminine, bro. And people call me crazy. They're like, man, how can you call Jon Jones feminine, man? He's literally the best fighter to ever live. He would kill you, man. I don't give a fuck. The fact that he could kill me with his bare hands goes to show that he's even more feminine for acting this way. It's so fucking pathetic. It's so inexcusable. Like, we got this man over here ducking interviews, ducking questions, ducking elite competition, ducking gloves. Like, this is your GOAT? This fucking feminine, whining fraud is your GOAT? Lucas Tracy, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, Bedtime MMA. I'm talking to you, Weasel. I'm talking to all of you clowns. This is your GOAT? This guy's in your top 5? I'm calling all of you normie, pea-brained clowns out right now. If this guy is in your GOAT list, you cannot be taken seriously, not even in the slightest. There's still time to backtrack. There is time to amend your false narratives. There's time, guys. I will allow you to correct yourselves. I give you permission. Oh my gosh, I'm so fucking fed up, bro. I'm so fed up with Jon Jones. Let's go over all the L's that he's taken just this fight week. Man, this fight week has been rough for Jon Jones, and I'm glad that we're all seeing it. This part of fight week has pissed me off more than anything. We're going back to the old gloves. Do you guys remember that one of the reasons we got these new gloves was that it decreases the chance for eye pokes because it curves the hand? Do you guys remember that? Oh, well, Jon Jones is over here complaining, you know, when I tried the new gloves on, and it was curving my hand. It was just really tight and it was really uncomfortable. I was really scared that I was going to have to train in these gloves because they were really uncomfortable for me. So I called Hunter Campbell and he said, you know, since this card is just, you know, loaded up with legends of the sport, we'll go back to the old gloves for you, Jon. Like, what a fucking joke, bro. This guy, he's not only ducking elite competition, he's not only ducking interviews, he's not only ducking simple questions, he's ducking gloves. This man can't even fight with the new gloves just so he can get eye pokes in, bro. This guy is so fucking pathetic. But my favorite part about this is that it doesn't matter because Stipe will go eye poke with you, Jon Jones. I don't think you understand that. Because do you remember when Daniel Cormier eye poked Stipe like 10 times in their fights? And Stipe just had enough. He said, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm gonna eye poke you, dude. He eye poked him. And then he won. And rightfully so. I'm glad he did that. And I hope that he eye pokes you. Dude, I hope that he gouges your fucking pathetic eyes out. With all due respect, I just want you to go through the worst physical torment imaginable in that cage. I need it to happen. I would trade Israel Adesanya knocking out Chadlix Pereira 10 times in a row just to see Jon Jones get slept once. Just once, only one time. And then I would probably pack my bags and leave the sport. There would be no point to even watch the sport anymore because no downfall would be better than this. Except for maybe Ian Gary, so I would stay. But yeah, bro, the whole glove narrative, it's so fucking pathetic. And this card is not even loaded up with that many legends. There's 13 fights on this card, and there's 5 legends total. So I don't want to hear, he said that there's a lot of legends on the card, so yeah, we're gonna go back to the old gloves. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. It's simply to accommodate your fucking eye-poking cheating. And you know, it's not enough that you have to blast steroids into your body every single fight, but you also have to eye poke because you're not defensively and offensively good enough to win fights fairly. So you have to eye poke everyone you fight. You're a fucking fraud. Do you guys remember when he complained about Cyril Gane being a dirty fighter when he landed the low blow? He was just like, yeah, you know, I'm glad that the ref saw that because I don't appreciate Gane being a dirty fighter or something. Like, oh my gosh, he lacks so much self-awareness. He's either trolling or he lacks self-awareness. And no one was calling him out for that either. But I'm calling him out right now. Fucking fraud, bro. In every interview, every single word that has left this man's mouth during this fight week has been nothing short of fucking pathetic and ridiculous. This guy says that he's refusing to fight Tom Aspinall. Well, this is one of the many excuses that he's given. He doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall because he's an asshole. Like, I have never, ever heard more ironic words uttered by a fraud in my life. Coming from the biggest asshole in UFC history, he's saying that Tom Aspinall is too much of an asshole for Jon Jones to fight him. He doesn't want to do business with an asshole. If everyone held that same standard, you would be out of a fucking career. You wouldn't have a career. You are the biggest fucking flaming piece of shit asshole in UFC history, and I say that respectfully. I say that modestly. I think that's a pretty modest claim. Hit and run on a pregnant woman. Hit and run on your fiance of 10 plus years in front of your children with your bare hands. 5 failed steroid tests. Cheating in every single fight. Ducking elite competition, talking all sorts of shit like, bro, all you do is talk shit. All you do is just spew nonsense straight from your fucking ass. But Tom Aspinall is an asshole. Why? Because he said that you're ducking him? You are fucking ducking him. You know, if spitting facts makes you an asshole, then I must be the biggest fucking asshole on the planet. But that couldn't be farther from the truth because everyone knows that I'm the kindest and gentlest soul in the MMA community. Unlike you, Jon Jones, this guy's such a fucking LARPer, bro. Such a fucking LARPer. Every single word that leaves his mouth is fucking bullshit. Do not buy a single word he says. Yo, Daniel Cormier was right all these years ago and everyone laughed in his face. It's good to laugh at Daniel Cormier these days because he's a clown himself. But compared to Jon Jones, the most likable and sophisticated, healthiest man on the planet. But yeah, back to Jon Jones ducking Tom Aspinall. He's saying that he's not fighting Tom Aspinall because he doesn't want to gamble his legacy on an up-and-comer. Well, probably because up-and-comers who are actually his size or bigger and are elite will beat the shit out of him. We saw that with Dominic Reyes. That's why he fled the light heavyweight division and took an easy matchup in Ciryl Gane. Again, LARPing as, you know, the greatest pound-for-pound fighter to ever do it, even though Ciryl Gane was a tailor-made matchup for him, and the fight was fixed, and it was CGI, therefore not impressive, and he was on steroids, so it doesn't count anyway. His entire career is a no contest. That's why I don't take him seriously. He would get the respect that he begs for. Like, every time there's any GOAT debate, you see this man so insecure on Twitter, as always, just whining, bitching, and fucking moaning like a female because, you know, he's not getting the respect he deserves. Bro, if you beat Tom Aspinall, you would get the respect you deserve, but you're not. Therefore, you are not going to get the respect owed to you. You're not owed respect, bro. You are a fraud. And you say that you don't want to fight Tom Aspinall, you want to fight Chadlix Pereira because of all the accolades and whatever. But then it's very peculiar to me because in the same breath, you're saying that you want fights with Jamal Hill and Derek Lewis. Not a hot dog eating contest with them, but you want to fight them? Well, where are their accolades? Please tell me. Please enlighten us, Jon Jones, on the accolades of Derek Lewis. Please. Please humor us. Jamal Hill's accolades, please. Show me. Show me. Show me right now. It's just goalpost moving. It's just constant fucking bullshit. And he's over here trying to catch himself too because he's talking about all these different fighters. You know, he's being asked about all these different fighters and he says, you know, it's rude to be looking past Stipe. I'm focused on Stipe, but proceeds to look past Stipe by talking about Chadlix Pereira, Jamal Hill, and Derek Lewis. Like, you are all over the place. Not a single thing you say lines up with reality. This is why you are a fraud. Your resume doesn't line up with GOAT status. Your fight IQ is overrated. Your accolades, very overrated. We can go over your resume, Jon Jones. Don't make me cook up the resume. It's already been done 1,000 times. I'm sure his resume will get cooked up in the comments, as it rightfully should. So I'll leave that to you guys. But yeah, dude, you're not fooling anyone. You're simply not fooling anyone. And it's also interesting to me that you're calling out all of these fat nobodies. You know, you say that Tom Aspinall is a nobody, even though he's the real champ of the division, defended his belt unlike you against elite competition. Yet, you're not calling out anyone elite. Like, why aren't you calling out Bilal Muhammad, for example? Do you notice how he's never mentioned Bilal Muhammad even once? Because he knows damn fucking well what would happen. Bilal would take that fight in a heartbeat and melt him. He would melt him with unrelenting pressure, power, testosterone, chadness. He would fucking dog Jon Jones. And it's a shame. It is an utter shame that we will never see that fight. And let's talk about the interview that he's ducking. There was that one guy who made like a video with Tom Aspinall or something. And since Jon Jones doesn't want to be confronted with any Tom Aspinall questions, just any basic questions that any respectable journalist would ask, this guy is too much of a pussy to answer these questions at this point. But White Piece, yeah, Jon Jones, man, he would kill you with his bare hands. You know, how is he a pussy? Well, because within the confines of his profession, he ducks hard stylistic matchups and fights old, undersized men. He's also a steroid-using, eye-poking cheat who deserves zero respect. And if you guys can't see that, if you have any qualms with what I just said, you are a moron. You have no business talking about the sport. If you are drinking the Kool-Aid that Jon Jones and Dana White are handing you, you're a fucking idiot. You have no business talking on the sport if you do not agree with the facts that have been established right before your eyes. It's crazy that there even needs to be an argument for this. It should just be blatantly obvious. Like, why aren't you guys seeing this? Why do I have to spoon feed you this information? Why can you not just see that Jon Jones is a fraud? How is this even a debate? But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this clown ducks the press conference today too. Like, no matter which path Jon Jones takes, whether he shows up at the press conference or doesn't, whether he answers questions and interviews honestly or doesn't, like, either way, no matter which path he takes, he's going to the oven because he's getting cooked. We got fucking Tom Aspinall over here running the hibachi grill, cooking up Jon Jones with fucking flair and style. And you know damn well when Tom Aspinall comes across Jon Jones physically this week, Jon Jones is going to tuck his tail and be a fucking bitch because he is Tom Aspinall's bitch. He's not only Dominic Reyes' bitch, he's Tom Aspinall's bitch. We don't even need to see the fight because we know what would happen. It's just a shame that we don't get to see it. It's just a shame. And anyone who thinks this overrated vagina would even do anything to Chadlix Pereira is also a clown. Like, my favorite part about all this is that Jon Jones is ducking Tom Aspinall, ducking elite competition to then just call out elite competition, thinking that it's easy work. Chadlix Pereira would knock Jon Jones out cold. But white piece. Chadlix Pereira can't even grapple, man. Jon Jones would take him down and submit him. Wrong. Chadlix Pereira's defensive grappling is nothing short of elite. I reckon if it even got to the ground, Chadlix Pereira would manhandle him. Oh man, I hope that he ducks Tom Aspinall and gets his fucking lights turned off by Chadlix Pereira. That would actually be even better, because then Chadlix Pereira would be the GOAT of the sport, and that wouldn't be up for debate. 3-division champion. Then no one would ever consider Jon Jones to be the GOAT ever again. Even normies wouldn't. And that brings a smile to my face. So really what it comes down to is, like, no matter which path Jon Jones takes after this fight, you know, from now to after the fight, no matter which path Jon Jones takes, he's not the GOAT. He can make all the money he wants. He can gaslight idiots all he wants. But what really matters is that he's not the GOAT. And I know that that will upset him. And as long as Jon Jones is upset, that means that I'm happy. And there's nothing pathetic about that. That's just what it is. I got another thing to say as well. Have you guys seen the footage released from I think it was like this Netflix show, The Cage? He's talking to what, I don't know if this is the main character. I don't know who he's talking to, but it's just Jon Jones giving this guy like these fucking corny, hammy, fake ass motivational speeches. It's just forced trash, fake inspiration of him just LARPing as this good inspirational guy who's just sucking himself off in the fakest and most unnatural way possible. It is awful. And this man is saying that he's going to be in movies and shit. Bro, you suck at acting. Please go in movies. You can make as much money as you want, but you're still trash. You're still overrated garbage. Like, if you suck at lying and no one is drinking your Kool-Aid, what makes you think that you're going to make it in acting, bro? You suck at acting. You have no sauce on the mic whatsoever. You have no sauce in the cage. All of your performances are very overrated. There's an asterisk next to literally every single one of your victories. All of your victories are fake. So what makes you think that you are to be considered in GOAT conversation? What makes you think that you are a star, Jon Jones? Your pay-per-views flop. Do you guys recall the last pay-per-view where Jon Jones got over 1 million pay-per-view buys? Do you guys remember that? I don't, because it never happened. Even Jon Jones's biggest fights, they don't print money like real stars do, like Bilal Muhammad does or Marab does. This guy's a joke. He's not a star. The fakest star the company has ever seen. And this pay-per-view is going to flop massively. There's nothing about this pay-per-view that is a draw. You know, he's not fighting anyone we want to see fight. This fight would have printed money, you know, back in like 2016 or something, or 2013 when Jon Jones said that he was going to move up to heavyweight, but then took like 10 plus years to do it. Just like he can't marry his fiance, you know, he's got to make these commitments that he doesn't follow through with. And that's what Jon Jones does, guys. That's what he does. And I'm sorry to any of you who believe that Jon Jones is really the GOAT. Like, I'm sorry. I wish that you weren't this stupid. I wish that you guys had a couple brain cells to rub together. But, you know, unfortunately, I just expect too much of you. I guess that's my fault. That's my problem, is that I expect too much from you guys. Get it together, frauds. Get it together. There's still time to come over here. You know, after Jon Jones goes to sleep this weekend, you guys are welcome here. You know, I'm not gatekeeping. You guys are welcome here. I want you guys here. Be on the right side of history. But if you want to be here, if you want to be a pawn on my board, then what you have to do is admit that Jon Jones is a fraud, admit that he is not the GOAT, and then you're free. You're welcome in. We welcome you with open arms over here, fellas. But yeah, I mean, that's really all I got to say for now. I'm going to have more to say tomorrow. Tomorrow is Fraud Check Friday, so I'm going to try and get some more fraud checking out for you guys tomorrow. Probably Jon Jones related, because, yeah, it's Jon Jones fight week. And it might be the last one, so it is the perfect opportunity to be cooking up Jon Jones. I cooked him up on Monday, I'm cooking him up today, probably tomorrow and Sunday. Like, you guys are eating good. White Peace followers, white pawns on my board, y'all eat good. I feed you guys the best of the best. No one pumps out factual objectiveness like me. There's just no one who does it, and you guys are very welcome for that. And I thank you guys for the support. All I ask is that you do more of it, double the support. If you have not liked commented, subscribed, shared, hit the notification bell, super thanked me, and duplicated accounts and duplicated said actions. If you guys have not done this, then you are failing to support the channel. And with all due respect, I'm ashamed. But, even though I'm ashamed, I still love you guys. Thank you for the support. Just know that it's not enough. It will never be enough. Until I see 10 million subscribers, it's not enough. Just get it together, guys. The more you guys support, the better content you get. If you keep up this measly lack of support, then you're no longer going to get content. And I say that respectfully. But yeah, I'll see you clowns when I choose to see you. Depends on your guys' performance. Just get it together, and I will get together some good content for you guys. You guys are welcome. White peace out.